Avatar is a really special series. It pays homage to mythic legends and lore series such as Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. But it's distinct. Avatar is a tribute to Japanese anime, Hong Kong action, kung fu cinema, and Eastern philosophies. It takes a lot of influence from real-life locations such as China, Japan, and other parts of East Asia. What I find particularly interesting about Avatar's world is its Eastern religious influence. Unlike other cartoons of its kind, Avatar is overtly religious, and it really helps give the series a layer of thematic and tangible breadth. Avatar is religious. The existence of spirits that reside on a completely different plane of existence makes them otherworldly deities. The Sun Warriors bow down to the dragons. The same to a less extent is true for the Water Tribe. The Sun and Moon have the supernatural ability to enhance fire and waterbending. The dragons had the ability to peer into one's heart and look at their family history. The Lion Turtles have the ability to grant bending. With the exception of the Sun Warriors, these creatures aren't really worshipped, but the existence of these supernatural creatures is clearly present. Religion in Avatar might not consist of regular meetings conducted by a priest, but the people know of these creatures and tell mythical stories of them. They know when they've done wrong and angered the spirits. In Book 2 of Korra, we peer into the religious festivals of the Water Tribe. We see Unalaq complaining about how the Southern Water Tribe has secularized their festivals. There are sacred sites such as the Spirit Oasis, rituals such as the festival, myths such as the tug of war between the ocean and moons, and religious art. All of the elements we would expect to see from a religion are alive and present. They're just arranged in a way that most of us aren't used to. The 5 elements are earth, wind, fire, water, and space. Avatar took those 5 elements and implemented it in the show. The first 4 are self-explanatory, but bending space is akin to Avatar's bending energy. It's an ancient art only one person in Avatar has been shown able to master. Understanding the 4 elements is essential to gaining the 5th element and liberating yourself, a topic I've addressed previously. The presence of Eastern religion is felt best among the air nomads, a culture of monks who live a life heavily influenced by different forms of Buddhism and Hinduism. Some believe that one must let go of their earthly tether, clearly rooted in the path of enlightenment. Air nomads practice vegetarianism like many other Buddhist and Hindu groups. Both groups also believe that violence is never the solution to any situation. Buddhists also practice meditation as a way of connecting to their past lives. Similarly, in the Avatar universe, the Avatar can use meditation as a way of connecting to the past avatars in order to gain wisdom and advice from them. Their bald heads, clothing, and meditation practices closely resemble the real-life Buddhist monks. Aang's later appearance is even modeled after the Dalai Lama, a red and yellow robe with the right arm continuously exposed. The other nations don't really have any religious influence, but rather cultural influence. The Water Tribe is largely Inuit with Arctic associations. The Earth Kingdom is China, being a large landmass with Chinese-inspired architecture. And let's not forget the Great Wall of China and the walls of Ba Sing Se. The Fire Nation is Japanese-inspired with its almost samurai-like Agni Kai tradition. They were quick to embrace industrialization, and they have a lot of islands. The Avatar shares an uncanny resemblance to the Buddhist spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama reincarnates into a new body upon death, just as the Avatar does. Even the method of getting babies to choose the relics of previous leaders is used to find the Dalai Lama. Similar to how the spirit of Rava is transferred to a new body, so is the spirit of the Dalai Lama. Hindu and Buddhists believe in reincarnation. In Hinduism, an avatar is a form that God takes to address a specific dharmic crisis on Earth. The creators of Avatar recognize the spiritual meaning behind the word avatar, choosing to use it as the primary descriptive characteristic of Aang. The most important characteristic that Aang and Hinduism share is that when reincarnated, the Avatar carries the collective power of all of his previous incarnations. The Avatar isn't just special because of his ability to master all 4 elements, but it's because he has the possession of a spirit, one that transcends life, not only giving it infinite physical potential, but spiritual potential, one that can restore balance to the world against great evil. Hiiro famously goes into the spirit world. This can be seen as an example of spiritual enlightenment. Buddhists believe that everyone is reincarnated. What you'll be reincarnated as is influenced by the balance of good and bad deeds that you carried out, aka karma. When you become enlightened, you stop reincarnating and transcend the physical world. I think it's safe to say that if anyone from Avatar could do it, it's the most spiritual character in the show, Hiiro. This may be the explanation as to why he was able to dwell in the spirit world after death. Speaking of karma, the fact that the successive avatars are reincarnated with the strengths, weaknesses, and attitudes opposite of their previous life can be loosely correlated with the idea of karma. Watch this video if you want an explanation on how that works. Another way the concept of reincarnation can be looked in Avatar is with the role of the avatar state. Because the avatar state is the only explicitly noted state in which someone is most connected to the universe, we can assume that it is a pseudo-enlightenment state. This is made evident by the fact that if Aang dies in this state, the reincarnation cycle stops. When Aang is told he'd be able to open himself up to the unlimited cosmic energy once he lets go of his emotions, he's unable to, ultimately choosing earthly attachment over spiritual fulfillment. He attempts this by trying to unlock his 7 chakras. The idea of chakras was taken directly from Buddhism and Hinduism. In Hinduism and Buddhism, chakras are the center of life force and vital energy. There actually isn't much to add here. The locations of the chakra points and their functions are all exactly what is depicted in Avatar. Here are the full names if you're curious. Aang contemplating killing the Fire Lord and speaking to his past lives in Sozin's Comment Part 2, The Old Masters, resembles the Buddhist philosophy of Confucianism. It's the belief that all life has inherent value. It's the belief that humans are fundamentally good, improvable, and teachable. This is a serious dilemma for Aang. Despite what his friends may say, even though the man clearly deserves to die, he still clings to his moral principles. Eventually, Aang channels his spiritual energy and takes away Sozin's firebending without killing him. This is a clear message by the creators. Even for someone as despicable as Ozai, it would be spiritually wrong to kill them. Tea in Avatar is a common customary beverage. There is chi-enhancing tea, the tea the Earth Kingdom gave Aang in order to try and get him to unlock the Avatar state, and there's chi blockers like Tai Li. Tai Li is especially attuned to one's emotions. This is because Chi is believed to be a vital force of living entities. Chi is a Hindu concept that translates into air. It's material energy, life force, and energy flow. Chi is the central underlying principle behind traditional Chinese medicine and Chinese martial arts. Chi is the concept in Avatar that bending is rooted in. Buddhists believed tea was a spiritual beverage, that it was beneficial in maintaining long periods of meditation. Tea is often tied to the idea of purity and harmony. Those two ideas are what Hiiro champions in the show. See my video on that to learn more. Hiiro firmly believes in the concept of balance between the 4 elements and nations. Tea itself can be seen as a beverage containing all 4 elements. The leaf, like anything in this world, is connected to the earth. Water helps navigate the leaf. Fire helps extract the impure juice from the leaf. This is akin to how Hiiro studied the waterbenders and created a technique that allowed him to redirect lightning. And finally, air helps cool the tea down to the perfect temperature for him to drink. All 4 elements in one beverage. In that light, Hiiro's tea obsession can be seen as yet another aspect of his spiritual connection. Thank you, Rusty, for that comment. The concept of sun temples and sun worship in the Firebending Masters is based off sun temples found in India. Especially that sun temple in there. The Sun Warriors are based off them, who worship the god and solar deity, that. The firebending third eye of Combustion Man and Pali is taken directly from the third eye of Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction. Their third eyes are exactly the same shape and design, and even perform similar functions to the Shiva eye. Destroy everything. In Avatar, the spirit world exists in symbiotic nature with the physical world. This is a Taoist concept. The head monk of the Southern Air Temple, Monk Gyatso, and Aang's last son, Tenzin, share names with the 14th Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso. The Sanskrit word for earth, that, is similar to the earthbender Bhumi, This name is also the name for the Hindu Earth goddess, or Mother Earth. Bhumi's attitude of doing nothing resembles the Taoist ideal of Huawei. It was proposed by the Chinese sage Laozhi. It means to do something without direct action. The koi fish are based off the yin-yang symbol. The yin-yang symbol holds its roots in Taoism/Taoism. The yin, the dark swirl, is associated with shadows, femininity, and the trough of the wave. The yang, the light swirl, represents brightness, passion, and growth. In some disciplines, they represent the two genders, yin as female and yang as male. When General Zhao kills the moon spirit, which is the male one, in order to take away the waterbender's powers during his attack, Yue ascends in his place. She enters an eternal dance with the female ocean spirit. This means that in Avatar, yes, both the yin and yang fish are female. The sheer breadth this series has is truly amazing and continues to impress me every time I look back. These influences truly help make the series unique in stylization and add a layer of depth and gravitas. I'm sure there's more religious influence the series has. If you noticed anything I missed, feel free to leave it down in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace.